We live in a world where it's so hard to keep up. I know I can't be the only one who feels this way. There are so many things for us to accomplish, so many goals for us to go after, so many ways to improve our health and wellness, and any other tasks that we feel like we need to do. Tending to family, working out, everything else that comes with keeping up in today's society. With such a busy lifestyle, it's important to find practices that help you feel like you can still accomplish your dreams, you can still go after everything you want to go after without tending to your basic needs of health and wellness. That's why I came up with this concept of sustainable wellness, so that you can still focus on the things you want to get done, but still do things in a way that is sustainable for you and to where you can actually achieve them long term and commit to them long term without feeling overwhelmed in a day to day. Energy is fire. Conversation is right. So let's break down what this means today and also go over some tips and routines that you can do every day with a little more ease and grace and not so much pressure. Now, I'm not going to give you the textbook definition of sustainable wellness because although it's not a new concept, the way that I'm going to break it down today and explain it today is something that I felt was a little more different and personal than what I did look up and what I did see about the topic. So I want to approach this conversation a little bit differently and break down what it means. So the textbook definition of sustainable means the ability to continue something over a period of time. And wellness, as we know, is a state of being in good health, whether physically, emotionally, or mentally. So when I take these two meanings and put them together, sustainable wellness, to me this means having habits and routines that adhere to good health but can be continued and easily obtainable over a period of time. As I said in the beginning, we live in a very busy society, and sometimes it's hard to keep up with everything that's constantly being given to us, the tasks and routines that we feel we always need to accomplish. Adopting sustainable wellness practices means that you can still go after the lifestyle that you want without having to neglect your basic daily routines that you need to just feel good. These are practices that anyone can make room for in their life with just a little adjustment and consistency. At the end of the day, isn't it better to do even just a little bit of something rather than nothing at all? Speaking from experience, I definitely think that it is. So now that we understand the concept a little bit more, let's break down some routines that anyone can do on a day-to-day. This may look different for everyone, of course, depending on your situation, your basic needs, but the point is to kind of give you some examples, and then that way you can see where you can adopt sustainable practices in your own life. So the first practice we're going to talk about is to move your body intentionally every single day. Go for a walk, dance, swim, stretch, do whatever you can. Whatever it is that makes you most comfortable and whatever it is that you can fit in your day-to-day. Intentional movement is beneficial for so many reasons. I'm not going to break down exactly what those reasons are today. So if you'd like me to go into a more extensive video, just comment down below and I can do a more in-depth discussion on the benefits of intentional movement and moving your body every day in general. But today we're just going to give like a general conversation to these routines, these examples, and ways that you can also put it into your life without feeling like you have to add so much pressure on doing this. I won't tell you exactly how long to move for because that's the whole point of the sustainable wellness practice. That part is completely up to you. That part is based off what you can fit into your own life, how you can make this happen, how you can accomplish it and keep up with it with ease. The benefits will be greater if you increase your time, of course, but there are still many benefits to moving for even just 5 minutes a day. One of the first things I do every single morning is go outside and stretch. I'm not hitting the gym for an hour. I'm not forcing myself to do a 30-minute routine. I'm not putting any pressure on how long I have to do this, as long as I get out there and I move my body a little bit. I'm just doing whatever feels comfortable in my mind and body at the moment. And the reason for that is because as soon as I put a time limit on that, the practice will become more obligational and there'll be too much pressure to actually commit to it. If you try to force yourself to stretch every single day for 30 minutes and there's a day that you're not feeling up to it, your energy's low, or you have a lot going on, then your chances of not doing it at all are much greater. So the sustainable part comes in by not putting pressure on yourself. Maybe one morning I get out here and I only stretch for 5 minutes. I kind of just move around a little bit, get my muscles awake, get my body moving, and then maybe there's another morning where I come out here and I do like a full hour session. The point is, I know that I have the time and energy to get out here and stretch even just for a little, because putting the pressure on yourself is what makes you not commit to that routine every single day. And then I'm not putting the pressure on myself, and it makes it easier to commit to over a long period of time. It also makes it just genuinely more enjoyable, and I'm more likely to do a more intense session on a day that I'm really feeling it or I have the time to do it. Movement benefits not only the well-being of your body, but it also benefits the well-being of your mind. That's why you want to do it every single day and not just check it off when you're running around the office or, running errands at the grocery store. Although it's still good for your muscles, it doesn't necessarily provide the same benefits because you're not moving your body in a way that is intentional. You're kind of just going through the motions of doing something. It also provides kind of like a meditative relief and release when you move your body with intention. And not only that, but it makes you feel like a sense of joy and accomplishment when you know that you're doing something just for you. Not because you're clocked in at work at have to, not because you have to get groceries for your family, not for any other reason other than for you to be here in this moment and to move intentionally and to get your blood flowing and to get your muscles going and to do something that does benefit your well-being. And if you want to move longer and be more active, then do it. Just release the pressure on yourself to do it. Don't make it feel like such an obligation on a day-to-day. Because the point of the sustainable wellness practice is to feel a sense of ease and not obligation. You want to feel like you can do this every single day, not like it's a challenge that you have to convince yourself to do. So find ways to move your body a little bit every day. Take a break during your 8-hour workday, set a little alarm on your phone, remind yourself that it's time to get up and stretch, get up and move your muscles instead of just sitting in one place all day, which is not good for our muscles. Wiggle your toes, dance around a little bit, do whatever you need to do to awaken your body and also awaken your mind. Because when we're just doing one task for 8 hours straight, we become so bored and complacent and our brains don't operate to the best of their ability. So when you can stop yourself, get up, move your body, you're benefiting both your body and your mind. Speaking of benefiting your body and your mind, the second routine that you can do on a day-to-day is to start your morning with a cup of water. Okay, before you come at me in the comments, I'm not telling you to skip your morning coffee. You can caffeinate yourself to oblivion, but not until you've had your water first. Dehydration is terrible for your mental performance, and in such a busy society, we all know we need that throughout the day. So before you make your cup of coffee, have your glass of water already waiting for you and ready to drink. You can leave it by your bedside before you go to bed. That way it's literally sitting right there. You just gotta sit up and drink it. If you prefer cold water, pour a cup of water, leave it in the fridge overnight. First thing you do is you wake up, you walk to the fridge, you drink your cup of water. Do whatever you need to do to make it easy and obtainable for you to have a cup every single day. Not only will it improve your mental health, but it also improves your digestive health as well. Starting your morning with a glass of water just wakes up your entire system. It makes your mind and your body become more alert. It makes everything in your system start operating and working properly. I mean, we just slept for, 8 hours, if you could get 8 hours, or for however long without having anything to drink. Your body's operating, your body's working, it's doing things as you're sleeping. So when you wake up, you want to alert yourself. You want to alert your body. You want to get your system moving and able to process things a little bit easier throughout the day, whether that's food or the loads of information coming at us. Now, of course, I suggest drinking water throughout the day because one glass of water is going to keep you hydrated for the entire day, especially when you're drinking caffeine, sodas, stuff like that, because that also dehydrates you. But having that glass of water at the beginning of your day boosts your body, boosts your energy, and it boosts your mood. So the first part of my morning routine before I even step outside is actually me making my bed, splashing water on my face first to also wake me up, and then I go prepare my glass of water. I usually like to make a hot cup of water. I squeeze lemon in it. Some days I don't want hot water, but I usually do lemon every single day, at least like one slice of lemon, because that's also really great for the digestive system. So I make my cup of water, and once I do that, that's when I step outside and get ready to stretch, just let the sun hit my face. While my water's cooling, I'll move my body, stretch a little bit, do my little morning routine out here, and then I usually sit down and don't leave this space until my entire cup of water is gone. So in less than 30 minutes, my bed is made. I've drank an entire cup of water, moved my body, and gotten some vitamin D from being out in the sun. This is what it means to have a sustainable wellness practice. There's no pressure for me to do this. There's no pressure for me to reach a certain quota for how long I'm doing it or how extensive my morning routine is. I do it because it genuinely makes me feel good. And honestly, I couldn't imagine skipping it for even a day. It's not lengthy, it's not exhausting, it's actually really refreshing and rejuvenating, and it's always a good way for me to wake myself up and get myself ready for the day ahead. And no, you don't need to make lemon water to be extra healthy. You don't need to have your water set at a certain temperature. You just need to drink it. There's really no specifics here. Chug it if you must. Just get that water down and move on. Speaking of moving on, you're now hydrated and ready for the third tip. So number 3 is to start each day with gratitude. I know this one is talked about often, and it may not have benefits directly on your physical health, but it has benefits on your mental well-being. Part of the reason we feel so pressured by society to do and have and be a million things is because we're never content where we are. We always want to get to the next step, accomplish the next goal, race through life, and we rarely take time to stop and truly appreciate the journey. Expressing gratitude is a great way for us to just be at peace with where we are. Whisper a few things you're grateful for as your morning alarm is annoying you. Silently list some things that fill you with gratitude as you're getting ready for that job you hate. Write down 3 things you're grateful for before you start your day. Not everyone has the same opportunities that we do in economically luxurious countries. For some of us, the biggest of our worries is how we're going to accomplish our next goal, and not how we're going to put food on the table, have clean water, or sleep safely. I know life can be hectic and crazy, so taking time throughout the chaos to just count your blessings and appreciate what you truly have can do wonders for your mental well-being. It can ease the frustration of not having it all together, or just bring contentment when you feel like you're not exactly where you want to be. Recently, I started my morning off very frustrated because there was so much construction going on at the neighbor's house around me, and it was so loud and it was disrupting my peace, and it was like going on for a few weeks straight, and I was just waking up like so angry. And I started complaining about it, but then I stopped and remembered how luxurious it is to be in a place where things are constantly growing and evolving, even if they are growing very loudly right outside my window. I felt a sense of peace when I reminded myself how wonderful it is to have homes being built and repaired whenever we need. Sometimes it's the little things, the annoying things, the frustrating things that we need to stop and be most grateful for, because sometimes they really aren't things that we should be all that upset about. And sometimes it really is as simple as being grateful that you woke up that day, because not everyone got the chance to. I know this one isn't always easy. If you're feeling down or if you're feeling low energy, it can be a little hard. It can be a little triggering if you're feeling frustrated. And if anything, it takes a little bit longer to adopt and get used to this than the other 2 mentioned, because sometimes when we aren't where we want to be, or when we feel like we have a lot going on, it's hard to stop and just look around and feel grateful. But even if you can list one thing every day and really mean it, you'll see how much lighter you feel just in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, and you'll genuinely start to feel contentment for where you are, and not like you have to race through life and accomplish everything. And this is a practice that takes very little energy. You can do it while you're drinking that glass of water, while you're moving your body, or even just while you're brushing your teeth. Next time you're taking a shower, count your blessings. Appreciate the fact that you get to bathe in warm water, that you don't have to worry about having water. There may be some days where you don't feel as grateful, where you feel a little bit more down, but the more you practice it, the more you will feel it, and the more you'll be able to appreciate the journey. So I just want to stop and say I am grateful for anybody who's watching this video. I'm grateful if you made it this far. I am grateful for who you are as a person, and for the fact that you want to try and be better in this life and do things better for yourself. Keep going, keep being you, and keep being beautiful. So before we end this video, I wanted to give you guys one more little bonus practice that you can try to incorporate every day as well. Now, the point of these is not for you to feel overwhelmed. It's not for you to feel like you're adding so much more on your plate. So only add what you can add. If you want to try these at all, if you want to try something else, It's a sustainable wellness practice so that it's something you can keep up every single day with ease. So the fourth tip that I have for you guys is to decompress before you go to bed. I don't know about anyone else, but I struggle to fall asleep at night. It's mainly because I have so many thoughts just running through my mind. Thoughts about the day I just had, thoughts about tomorrow, thoughts about the million and one tasks that I feel like I have to tend to, and it makes it hard for me to fall asleep. Not only that, but it also makes it hard to just get a decent night's sleep, which can screw up the next morning ahead because your mind isn't as sharp. You feel kind of frustrated, you feel kind of cranky because your body didn't get the chance to have proper rest. So find ways to decompress your energy before you go to sleep so that your mind and body can feel more relaxed, more at ease, and just less with all that overwhelming energy. You can do things like take a warm shower with candlelight and some soft music. Maybe make a cup of tea, nice relaxing tea, and put on your favorite show or read your favorite book. My favorite tea is a lavender chamomile blend right before I go to bed. It is chef's kiss lovely, so calming, so relaxing, good for the nerves, good for the mind, just an overall like breath of fresh air as I'm drinking it. I love it. Or you can put on a guided meditation to kind of help you ease into and fall asleep. It's good sometimes to have something else to listen to and someone else's voice to help calm you instead of just being in silence. I know sometimes being in silence for me kind of makes the thoughts like scatter a lot more, and I can't even focus on sleeping because I don't really have anything to focus on except the void that I am laying in with nothing going on except my mind going crazy. This practice can vary based on the day you've had, the energy you have, what you feel the most up to. So the sustainable part of this is you finding different things that help align and calm your energy every night. And every night will not look the same. There are some days where I just want to lay down, put on some music, have a restful night's sleep, put on a guided meditation, whatever is going to lead me to sleep the best. And there are some days where I kind of just want to watch my show or read a nice book in some low lighting. On the days that you just want to lay down and rest, but your mind won't stop wandering, a guided meditation is really good for this because, like I said, it helps you focus on something else, and that something else is guiding you literally to sleep. Or if you spent the day being busy all day and you kind of like just want to zone out into another world, put on your favorite show, pick up your favorite book, whatever it is that you need to do to decompress your energy. Every day won't look the same with this one, and that is perfectly okay. So find whatever works for you on a day-to-day. Allow this routine to kind of be adjusted as you need and based off your energy. But either way, set aside a few minutes to relax, reset, and release. That way you can just sleep better and your mind can feel more sharp for the next day. So now that you have some examples, what does sustainable wellness mean to you? What are some routines that you feel you can adopt into your own life that you can stay consistent with no matter what, that can help improve your health and your overall well-being, and you don't feel overwhelmed to do? It actually feels relieving to be able to accomplish these small things. Like I said, my morning routine takes about 30 minutes total, and that's not a lot of time considering the rest of the day is probably going to be spent doing things productively. I can definitely spare 30 minutes in the morning, and I honestly need to, because if I don't, my mind will feel so much more uneasy and just a little like discombobulated overall. Sustainable wellness is a unique journey. It might look more in depth and drastic for others and a little more simple and easy for some. But the point is for you to find your own practice so that you can tend to your health and well-being on a day-to-day. Maybe try starting with at least one of these examples that I gave you. See how that works for you, see how that fits in your daily routine, see how it feels. Or you can even try adding your own practice, doing something that you feel may work a little better for you. I mean, moving your body, drinking water, expressing gratitude, decompressing before you go to sleep. Like, these are like musts. Like, to me, these are absolutes. I cannot have a clear mind, a lighter body without doing these things. And nobody likes tight muscles either. So get that body moving. Do one of these things so that you can start incorporating it into your daily routine and find ways to make it sustainable, find ways that you can keep up with it long term. It may take some time to discover the systems and routines that best work for you, but as you adjust, as you work with it, I think you'll start to see that like it's genuinely needed and it feels really good when you can do this. And like I said, there will be no pressure on you. Stretch for 5 minutes. Drink 1 glass of water in the morning. Start small with no pressure, with no overwhelming sense of responsibility, so that way you can keep up with this practice with ease over time, no matter what you do. I plan to drink a cup of water every single morning, no matter what I do. That is like a non-negotiable for me. Does that take so much time out of my day that I can't do it? No. So there's no reason that I can't keep up with that long term, no matter what happens. I always need water. You always need water. So incorporating this in the morning gives you that boost of energy to already go, and you're already doing something that's just good for you, and you feel that accomplishment, that satisfaction for doing something for yourself. So adjust the practices as you need, figure out what works best for you, and it will definitely be worth it in the long run. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching today. I really hope this video helped. I hope you feel like you can now tend to your own health and well-being without the added pressures of society, because we already have enough pressure from the rest of the world. So if you want to start tending to your own wellness, find little ways to do it, and don't feel like everything needs to be so extensive in order for you to feel a little bit better in your own being. We can't neglect our wellness trying to tend to everything and everyone else around us. So find little ways to take care of yourself as well, because you too deserve it. Please feel free to leave a comment if you have any other questions or thoughts on this topic. I'd really love to hear from you. This is kind of a self-discovered conversation that I just started thinking of one day, because I'm like, you know what, having good habits and routines, that's great and all, but sometimes it feels so pressured to where I feel like I can't or don't want to get them done. So sustainable wellness is a way to keep up with your health, to keep up with your well-being, but to do so in a way that just feels like a breath of fresh air and just like a sense of ease. So again, leave any comments if you have any more things to discuss about this conversation. And I'd love it if you gave this video a thumbs up, if you subscribe to my channel, and just join me on this journey of growing, healing, and being. And if you need any more help with creating better habits and routines so that you can go after the life of your dreams, watch this next video here so that you can find more obtainable ways to create better systems and routines, because it is possible without overwhelming yourself. So thank you again so much for watching today, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!